Salutations, crustaceans! I'm Lobster, and today we're going to be reviewing the Harley Benton Progressive Series B-450 Fretless. Let's check it out. This is the Harley Benton B-450 Fretless from the Progressive Series. We've already reviewed the fretted counterpart, and overall, I found this bass to be really nice for the $150 price tag. Let's go over the specs of the Harley Benton B-450 Fretless. We have an alder body finished in this beautiful gloss black. Gloss white and a see-through quilted maple with a dark stain is also available for the fretted models. The B450 also comes in the B550 and B650, which are the 5-string and 6-string variants. All of them are 34-inch scale, I believe. We have two humbuckers here, which I believe are each wired in series. I could be wrong, but that's what they sound like anyways. And that is paired to a 2-band preamp with a master volume and master blend control. The volume is a push-pull for the preamp bypass, and we do have a passive tone control, where the treble control here doubles as the passive tone control when the preamp is bypassed. So a very nice touch, especially for the $150 price point. Moving up to the neck, we have a 24-fret range, unlined fretless black walnut fingerboard atop of this maple neck, and a 42mm nut width with a, I guess, modernish P-bass profile. The headstock that we have here has 4 lightweight style tuners with a 2x2 tuner configuration. These tuners are pretty solid for the $150 price point, and they work just fine. Now let's go ahead and turn this bass around. Around back, we see the medium-sized control cavity as well as the battery door for the 9-volt battery and the 4-screw neck attachment. These are 4 offset screws, so it's not like a Fender style, but the heel on the body is squared off. It isn't contoured in any way other than rounded off a bit. And the neck is really smooth where the body meets the neck. It's a very nice transition. We can see the back of this maple neck up here, and moving up to the headstock, we can see that this bass is part of their Made in China series. Overall, these have been very high quality in my experience. We also see the back of these tuners. These are like, cheap tuners. However, they work quite well and I haven't had any problems with them. Now, how much does the Harley Benton B450 Fretless weigh? This particular example comes in at 8 pounds on the dot. A very lightweight instrument for a 4-string bass with 24 frets. It's also balanced very well, considering that it's a really cheap instrument at $150. Which brings me to the next question. How much does this bass cost? Currently on Thomann, they're going for around $148 plus shipping. I purchased this bass alongside the MV4JB Goto jazz bass, and shipping for both basses combined was around $60-something. So not too bad considering this is coming from Germany. But I know you're all wondering, what does this bass sound like? You all know what you need to do. Go ahead and pinch that like button so my hand will turn back to normal. Thanks. That is the B450 Fretless with the preamp engaged. We're actually going to check out the tones and everything with the preamp bypassed first, and then we'll play with the preamp a little bit afterwards. We have 2 humbuckers here that work great at bucking the hum. They are definitely very full sounding, however, maybe lack a little clarity and definition on the higher end. However, this is a $150 instrument, and I believe that these are standard Bartolini P2 routes. We may have a mod project coming in the very near future. Keep an eye out for that. As I mentioned in the specs, the treble control doubles as the passive tone control when the preamp is bypassed, like it is right now. Let's have a listen with both pickups engaged. This is a lot of fun to play. It does suffer from the same upper fret access issues as the regular fretted version. That being said, I'm not going to find myself playing up here without any fret lines. Personally anyways, I'm not that confident. Let's go ahead and solo these pickups now and play with the tone control. Let's start out with the neck pickup. Tone at 100%. Let's take the tone down to 50% now. The center detent on this control is very nice because you can dial in 50% tone precisely. And here's the tone all the way down. Not too shabby, not too shabby at all. Let's take the tone back up to 100% and pan over to the bridge pickup. As you can hear, these pickups are dead quiet and these electronics don't make any noise. There's no hum from the electronics or anything. Really nice bass for the price. And now let's take the tone down to about 50%. And here's the tone all the way down. Not too shabby at all. One thing I am noticing is there is a bit of a hard edge right here, and it's a little uncomfortable to play, at least in the seated position. Now let's center the blend control, have both pickups together, and go through the tones one more time. Very nice. Let's take the tone down to 50%. And here's the tone all the way down. Let's center that control now and make sure the bass is centered because we are now going to engage the preamp. This is what this sounds like with the preamp centered. Very nice. Let's boost our bass control to full. Why not? Let's see what happens. While leaving the treble centered. Now let's cut the treble entirely, leaving the bass at full boost. And let's do the opposite now. If you'd like to see me go into this preamp in more detail, be sure to check out my B-450 fretted review. That'll be linked in the description below. But here's what this sounds like with the bass at full cut and the treble at full 100% boost. Not too bad. This is a very even-handed preamp where it's not going to be boosting the bass too much or cutting it too much to where you're just losing the tone entirely, but this is I guess a well-suited preamp for these pickups. It works nicely at boosting the bass and the treble, giving you a variety of tones while all being pretty usable. Now let's go ahead and center the preamp. I'm going to grab my pick. Where did I put my pick? Now we're going to center the preamp. I got my pick here. Let's see what this sounds like with the blend control centered, both pickups engaged. Now let's pan over to the neck pickup. Here's what that sounds like. And let's pan over to the bridge pickup now. Now let's put the pick away and center our blend control, see how this bass slaps. Now let's pan over to the neck pickup and slap it once more. This is very interesting to slap because, you don't really have a lot of visual cues and you're kind of just going at it by feel and sound, but it's a lot of fun nonetheless. This is a fun bass. Now finally, let's see what this bass sounds like with some drums behind it. So here are my final thoughts on the Harley Benton Progressive Series B-450FL, the fretless one. Just like its fretted counterpart, I think that these basses are incredibly flexible and they sound really nice with tons of usable tones from these two humbucking pickups. They're not the best pickups on the planet, but they are dead quiet, as are these electronics, and just the neck feels great. It's well balanced. This is a great beginner's bass if you're looking for an unlined fretless. Obviously, if you're a real beginner, I'd say get the fretted version. Check out my review down in the description below. But if you're looking for a cheap unlined fretless to mess around with, if you want to play like primacy stuff or something, check one of these out because this is just a ton of fun. I would say if you're a fretless beginner and want something to really hone in your fretless skills, check out the B-450FL. That is the fretless jazz bass. It's quite a bit heavier at nearly 11 pounds, but it definitely nails that fretless jazz bass tone a bit more, and you get lines on the fingerboard for you to reference, again, if you're a beginner with fretless. If you're looking to dive into the deep end with an unlined fretless bass like this, check one of these out because these are inexpensive, really well put together, sound great, play great, and I definitely would recommend one of these. I guess my only real gripes are a bit of the ergonomics with this hard edge down here. It's not as bad as the Ibanez BTB, but it does get a little bit uncomfortable. And the other bit is just there's some sharp edges on the bridge here. This is a $150 bass. That's something that you should probably expect on some metal pieces at some point in time, as quality control may vary, but that's, again, small potatoes. Overall, high quality instrument. So what am I going to rate the Harley Benton B-450FL? I'm going to rate this bass 4 claws out of 5. This is easily one of the best fretless values, especially sub $200. Though I have to say, for the beginner fretless player, getting a lined fretless may be a bit easier for you to intonate. That being said, if you're looking to, again, dive into the deep end and play some unlined fretless, this should definitely be a contender for you. Let me know what you all think about the Harley Benton B-450 Progressive Series down in the comments below. But I am personally a fan, and we have a very interesting mod project coming for this particular bass. We have a really nice set of pickups that's going to be going in here, and I'm very curious to see what these are going to sound like. So keep an eye out for that video coming soon. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord channel, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Harley Benton Progressive Series B-450FL, the fretless one. And as always, until we groove again.